so glad you came. I've been trying to get someone to help me, but the guards are far too busy with all the events of late. The headmaster sent you? Great! My brother and I can use the help. We are trying to stop all the undead that broke down the gate from the haunted cave and invaded the area. My brother Arthur went on ahead to check out the haunted cave. He had a theory that the force behind all this was in that cave. I'm worried because I've not heard from him for a while. Could you go see how my brother is doing? He should be just inside the haunted cave. Maybe he's identified the dark presence responsible for Wizard City's troubles.
So, the headmaster's still worried about Malister. If you ask me, I think Ambrose needs to quit blaming Malister every time something goes wrong in Wizard City. Malister Drake was such an inspiring professor. Most consider him to be the greatest necromancer of our time. He understood life's limitations and strove to face them unafraid. Ambrose has suggested for me to stop practicing the death arts. He even suggested I give life a try. Ha! But I keep studying on my own. Maybe one day I will be as powerful as Malister. If you want to find out more about Malister, maybe you should talk to an old friend of his wife. You have heard what happened to Malister's wife, right? No? Oh, if you're interested, go talk to Gloria Crindle in Old Town and ask her about Sylvia Drake. Those two women were close. She could tell you more.
I sure am glad to see a fresh face. I've got a lot to do here, and it doesn't look like it's going to be easy. The undead have brought along crows that are spoiling our crops. We need to build some scarecrows to scare those crows away. First thing we will need is some cloth to make the scarecrows' bodies. The cloth can be collected off of Scarlet Screamers. Can you get some cloth for us?
You find a broken wand just inside the haunted cave.
Most excellent. These will do just fine. Now I need you to gather some straw. I think I saw some field guards hiding out in the haunted cave. Go and collect some straw from them.
Did you find him? This is his wand. Something must have happened to him. I'll bet he was right about the haunted cave as being the source of evil. Could you talk to Duncan Grimwater? He is a death student studying the events here, trying to piece together what is going on. He's a little snobbish, but he might have a clue as to my brother's whereabouts. Can you check with him, please?
Merle Ambrose sent another student to help out? I guess he thinks that Susie and her brother cannot handle this situation. Well, that's what happens when you send Storm students to do a death student's job. Susie says that her brother is missing? Ha! I think he is hiding back at Ravenwood. But I'll check around and see what I can find out. In the meantime, I could use some help with my field studies. I need to find out the fighting tactics of the undead. Knowing how they fight may give me some insight into how we can defeat them. I would do it myself, but... I just ran out of treasure cards. It shouldn't be too hard. Just defeat some haunted minions and rotting fodders. Report back to me afterwards.
Young wizard, I have exciting news for you about gardening. Could you visit me in my classroom at Ravenwood?
Wizard, the Ravenwood professors tell me you're a prime candidate to learn about monstrology. Meet me in Ravenwood whenever possible.
Ah, there you are. I need you to come see me at the school for a moment. When you can, of course.
Come see me at the Storm Mill on Triton Avenue.
Hello, young wizard. You should come see me in Ravenwood. I think you're going to want to hear what I have to say. Aha! You've seen the signs, haven't you? Why, signs of the end of the spiral, of course. Peculiarities, instances of pure impossibility. You may not have seen them yet, but you will. The Gravulum Order has detected increasing numbers of pecrons all across the spiral. Pecrons? Why, they're invisible micro-magic particles that exist and don't exist at the same time. In concentration, they create peculiarities. That's the theory, at least. The Gravulum Order is dedicated to investigating this frightening trend, and we need your help. Take this Gravulum badge and get a reading from the Gobblers on Colossus Boulevard. Do this, and we might even invite you into the Order.
As the professor of life magic, it falls to me to tell you about a wonderful new activity available to students. I speak of gardening. Students at Ravenwood can plant and grow amazing plants in their dormitory rooms or castles. Wizards of all schools can garden. So my hope is that every student will learn the joy of shepherding new life. There is so much to learn about gardening, and I know just the person to teach you. Seek out Farley in Gollum Court. He will explain the basics of gardening to you.
To gain your next ice spell, you must gather reagents. It will be most challenging, but necessary in order to advance. You will need to take this bottle and fill it below the waterfall on Triton, next to the water wheel. There, the water is light and airy. From there, you will travel to Colossus, where Mindy will create a water of fame for you.
Wonderful! Let me see what you found out.
Penny takes the worksheets from you and reads them. Her eyes grow wide, and she giggles.
Seasoning, serving size, cooking time. Oh no! I gave you the wrong worksheets. These are for a report I was writing about the types of food we eat in Marleybone. Don't worry though. I think I can make these answers work. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, Wizard, for all your help. I thought I would have a hard time finding friends here, but you've been wonderful. You seem to know about what's going on. Did you hear about Malistaire in the Death Classroom? A year ago, he left here in a storm, and the whole death classroom disappeared, broke right away from Ravenwood, and you were the last one to see him, in the Golem Tower. Is it true what they say, that he's plotting to destroy all of Wizard City? Why would he want to do that? I hope he stays away from Marleybone. I want to go home someday. That reminds me. Could you do me a favour? I need to mail a letter to my family in Marleybone. Do you know of anyone who travels throughout the spiral? If you do, could you ask them to deliver my letter home?
Penny hands you a letter addressed to Desmond and Deirdre Dreadful at 57 Chelsea Court, Marleybone.
Hey there, youngster. Anything old Zeke can help you with?
You ask him about delivering a letter to Marleybone.
Oh, sure. That's no problem. I go there all the time. Let me take it off your hands.
You give him the letter.
Oh, thank you so much, Wizard. You're the nicest person I've met since coming here.
Greetings, my little wizard friend. You look like you're in need of some learning, and I'm happy to oblige. And if it's not too much trouble, I'll ask you for a small favor once I've finished yapping. So, where to start? Well, let me tell you about how gardening works. It all begins with the tiniest of things, a seed. That's it. A seed. Do you have a seed with you? Surely you must. What's that? You don't? Oh, dear. And we're off to a poor start. Tell you what, will you run over to speak to Blossom, the life tree in the midst of Ravenwood? Ask her for a seed. Any type will do. She should set you up with something to get you started. Be off then, will you?